On Friday night, the Trinbago Knight Riders defeated the Saint Lucia Kings by 56 runs to secure a place in the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League 2025 final. 50s from Nicholas Pooran and Hales. Brilliant bowling in the middle overs set up the win for the Knight Riders, will now face the Guyana Amazon Warriors in Sunday's final. The Knight Riders' innings began with the big wicket of Colin Munro, but 3 consecutive partnerships of 50 or more allowed them to set a very challenging total. Pooran, eventual player of the match, continued his excellent form as he blasted 50 from 32 balls before he was bowled by Roston Chase. While Pooran was going well, Alex Hales was restrained at the other end, but he upped his aggression as he also passed 50 to end the innings undefeated on 58. Quick fire runs from Kieran Pollard, 35, and Andre Russell, 28. At the death saw the Knight Riders' total reach 194 for 4 from their 20 overs. A total that proved enough to see the Trinidadian side reach the final to take on the Guyana Amazon Warriors. The Kings' innings started steadily enough, with Tim Seifert finding the boundary regularly in the power play. Johnson Charles played a supporting role, but he found it harder to clear the ropes. They reached the end of the power play at 44 for 0. And it was from there that the Knight Riders bowlers really squeezed the life out of the chase. The Kings faced 5.2 overs without scoring a boundary, as the spin trio of Sunil Narine, Usman Tariq and Akil Hossain increased the pressure on the Kings. With the required rate climbing to nearly 15 and over by the second half of the innings. The 2024 champions needed a massive innings from someone in their middle order to keep their title defence alive. That did not materialise, with Tim David and Akeem Agus falling in consecutive balls to Tariq, who was the pick of the bowlers with 4 for 35. Narine supported admirably with remarkable figures of 3 for 18 from his 4 overs. Let's hear from Saint Lucia Kings coach Darren Sammy post-match.
That's not the message I would have wanted to be saying or giving to the Kings fans out there after tonight's game. I was really hoping that we could have come out here and handle the business. But you know, in sports, if you don't handle your business, you get punished. And I think since we left home, we've not been able to play that brand that brought us the success. Coming here in Guyana, I think we've lost 3 games here. The inability of us adjusting to different conditions here in Guyana played a massive part. Today's game, you know, winning the toss, doing what we wanted to do. I thought we didn't execute well at all in the power play. Then allowing, I think, 6 or so overs of 15 plus on that surface was way too many runs being scored. But even though halfway 190 odd, we still have the confidence. If we bat well, we are a team that could chase that total. We didn't again have that intent to score, being brave. It would take some bravery, something we've showed throughout the season. And again, Trinidad, like I said, it would have taken a mammoth effort to really defeat them. And to be honest, if I have to be really critical, over the last 4 games, the way we've played, we didn't deserve to be in the finals. And that's exactly what happened. The display, the lack of responsibility. If I go back to that first qualifier, 157 to get against Guyana. The way we went about it, very responsible. We should have won that game. But again, we only have ourselves to blame. However, if I look back on the season, we did so many great things, you know, especially at home. The fans, Saint Lucia Kings fans, I can't keep stressing and thanking you guys. You know, you all turn up at home for us. I think it's been our best CPL at home to date. you know, just being at the stadium, seeing everybody in their blue, supporting the team performing. I think that was the highlight of the CPL for me. So for that, I want to thank Saint Lucia for turning up, continuing to support us throughout everything. However, you know, a couple players stood out for us. Tim Seifert, young Akeem Ogis is a massive find for us, somebody that will continue flying the flag for us on the international scene from St. Lucia. Young Keon Gaston, very promising. Roston Chase continues to be a genuine all-rounder in this format. Shamsi came in, bowled really well. Azari managing his injuries was really good, and everybody who chipped in. But I think Carrie Pierre, the way he bowled hard overs in the power play, trying to set up the game for us, that was good. So we had some really good performances, but at the end of the day, we just didn't turn up in Guyana in those conditions. And losing 4 games in a row to knock ourselves out of the competition, that is the most disappointing part. The cricket we played here in Guyana is not a reflection of how our season went. And that is very disappointing. So again, to the fans, thank you so much for the support. Congratulations to Carrie Pierre and Akeem Ogis, you know, on making the West Indies teams, whether it be the Test or the T20 team. And I wish them all the best. However, we are very disappointed. So we have to put that aside, look forward to next year. And I wish the 2 teams in the finals all the best. May the best team win.